Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 15 of What If Naruto Was a Vampire. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also go ahead and check out the new episode over on Anime King of What If Naruto Was Neglected by Everyone. Go ahead and check out that and enjoy. And later on I'm going to be posting What If Naruto Had Multiple People Sealed Inside of Him. So stay in tune for that. And also, later on this channel I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Aizuna Uchiha Was Naruto's Ancestor. So stay in tune for that as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you're hearing my voice, and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support guys. And yeah, remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying and talking back to all of you. So without further ado, let's begin this new episode. Start the intro.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I think the girls with their
So, the last time we left off, Tsunade was beyond surprised to how strong Naruto was, as the both of them had their battle, as she was trading blows with him, and he was keeping up with her, but unaware to her, he was holding back, as he then spoke to her as she started to talk about Dan and Nawaki, as he told her that they wouldn't want to see her in this state, going around drinking and getting drunk every day, and gambling, as she must do something better with her life, to show that their deaths wasn't in vain, and she wouldn't waste away her life like this. They wouldn't want to see her suffer. After a long talk, Tsunade snapped to her senses as she realized the kid was right, as she decided to accept the position of taking up Hokage. She then told them that Orochimaru came to her early on and begged her to heal his arm. He said that he would be back in 1 week. Hearing that, Naruto's blood started to boil as they decided to stay for the extra week. Kurama then informed Naruto that Yujito, she will die soon if he doesn't go and help her, as Naruto didn't understand why should he go and help her. But Kurama then explained to him when he was in that crazy state, when he was losing all self-control, she was the one who actually didn't place a tag on him. She couldn't. The Nibi also told Kurama that she has feelings for him, as Naruto was conflicted what to do right now. He couldn't just exactly break into Kumo like that. Well, they did start an international incident when they tried to kidnap him and Sasuke. Perhaps he should get back some revenge. He knows he's strong, but can he take on an entire village? Back at Kumo, Karu and Amoy came to visit Yujito, as they asked her why did she not place the seal on Naruto? She told them that she just couldn't, as Karu was upset, but she didn't want to see her friend die. So she stepped forward and tried to undo the binds, but the guards quickly come and take them away. Back with Naruto, his consciousness wouldn't let Yujito die, so he decided to help her out. That night, him and Kurama completely destroyed the seal. Seeing that he was dead after becoming a vampire, the seal was just stuck. It was some kind of arrow because it was supposed to swing wide open and Kurama was supposed to be free, but after some weird metal chains dig into Kurama, stopping him from leaving, and Kurama was basically stuck. So the only way for him to get Naruto's power is for him to force it out, as Naruto allowed Kurama complete control, as Jiraiya and Tsunade rushed outside, as Naruto had transformed into the Nine Tails, as the Nine Tails said that he was going to destroy everything, as he was just using and tricking Naruto. But he then burst into chakra as Naruto came out laughing, as Tsunade asked what the hell is going on. As Naruto told her she would probably want to sit down. We then had a time skip as Orochimaru came to Tsunade, as she was walking up to him to heal him, but Kabuto recognized that that wasn't healing, as he attacked her and she jumped away. As Naruto then came and delivered a powerful kick towards Orochimaru's face, as Orochimaru landed on the ground, but Orochimaru allowed Naruto to hold on to him, because he placed something in Naruto's back that just fused into Naruto's skin, some kind of weird seal, but no one saw that. As Naruto got up, as he was going to rip Orochimaru to pieces. So yeah guys, that was basically the last part we left off. You guys can switch across, please and check it out for yourself. So let's start this new episode. Most of you guys are talking about the seal that Orochimaru placed on Naruto that Kurama would notice, but guys, just remember, Orochimaru is a genius. You guys really think that he didn't? Think about Kurama while he was doing all of his planning. He knew that the fox was inside of Naruto, just remember that. He didn't spend weeks of planning for nothing, as he wanted his revenge back on Naruto. So, let's start this new episode. We start this episode with Kabuto on the ground, as he was writhing in pain, as Tsunade was standing over him. She then delivered a swift kick to his face, knocking him into a giant boulder, as Kabuto already take the 3 of his pills. He tried to flash his blood on Tsunade, but it didn't work. After hearing Naruto's story, and finding out what he went through, Tsunade realized that her problems weren't that much, as Naruto also cut his wrist and showed her that blood was nothing. It couldn't harm her and she shouldn't be scared of it. And her blood phobia seemed to slip away. It was all thanks to him, and Kabuto think that would work, and now he got the pounding of his life. He had bruises, cuts all over his body, his glasses were smashed, his face was smashed, as blood was leaking from his nose and his mouth, as his 2 eyes were swollen. He was panting hard, as Tsunade just beat him down. Kabuto then reached into his back pocket, as he pulled out a black pill from his pouch. This pill would give him the strength that he needed to retreat, but after that, he will be out for a very long time. But if he don't, he will die. As he swallowed the pill, chakra then started to ooze from his body, but he wasn't going to use it to fight, as he got up and hightailed it out of there, as he vanished in a Shanshin, as he knew that he couldn't take on Tsunade. Meanwhile with Naruto, he was standing over a pummel and beating Orochimaru, as Orochimaru wasn't even fighting back. It seems like he was waiting on something, and he was. Orochimaru wasn't here to fight. And seeing Naruto here, that was his perfect opportunity. First he came here to get his hands healed, but he planted his seal on Naruto, and that is all that he wanted. But he knew if they didn't get here in time, he would die. As Naruto was walking towards him, as Orochimaru picked up himself, as he was huffing and puffing, as Naruto then transformed his hand into the level 2 state of the Beiju. As Kabuto landed beside Orochimaru, blue and red particles started came from Naruto's hand until they condensed into a ball. He then grabbed the ball out of mid-air. "Kabuto, now!" Orochimaru said, as Kabuto beat his thumb and went through hand sign and slammed his hand on Orochimaru's wrist. "Summoning Jutsu," he said, as there was a puff of smoke. 3 puff to be exact, as the 3 Demon's Gate appeared. As Naruto held the ball in his hand, he then thrust it with great speed. The ball teared through the ground with so much force, it wasn't even touching the ground, as it slammed into the gates, as a huge white light engulfed everything. A next second later, there was an explosion that rocketed through the area, as Jiraiya and Shizune lost their balance and collapsed on the ground. It was like a dangerous earthquake. As Tsunade looked over as she was a distance away, seeing that she had pushed Kabuto out here for his battle. And Jiraiya and Shizune was told to stay out of Naruto's battle, as he told them he wanted to get revenge on Orochimaru himself. When the light finally died down, the explosion bridged through the 3rd gate as well, as we have Orochimaru and Kabuto on the ground. As Naruto walked over there with a smile on his face, as his hand transformed into a wolf paw, as his claws extended, as he was about to rip out their heart and kill them. He was going to make it as gruesome as possible. When he got there, he quickly noticed something was off, as those weren't the real Orochimaru or Kabuto. It was some substitution dummy. As Naruto connected with the fox senses, as he looked around and sensed. Off in the distance, he could sense 4 people. They were with Kabuto and Orochimaru, and they were moving at fast speed. With that, Naruto took off at his fastest speed, as he wouldn't allow them to get away. "Naruto, wait!" said Jiraiya, as Naruto left them all in his dust. Naruto quickly caught up with the group as he saw 4 people behind Orochimaru, as Orochimaru was on top of the head snake, and Kabuto was beside him as he was lying down on top of the head of the snake. as his body was exhausted. 4 people, all of them wearing black cloak. As Naruto quickly jumped up in the air as he was about to smash the snake to dispel it. But before he could, 2 arrows shot right in his stomach as a sticky substance then wrapped around his leg, slamming him into the ground. As Naruto let out a primal scream and ripped that sticky substance off of him and pulled out the arrow and break them. But the moment he got up, they were already gone. As Naruto started to curse, chakra started to emanate off of him, the fox chakra, as 3 tails appeared behind him instantly as he was getting angry. Not again, not again, not again, he cried out in a primal voice. As Tsunade and Jiraiya and Shizune came over there to see that sight, as they rushed over and tried to calm him down, Naruto, calm down, said Tsunade. As Naruto dropped on his knees and started to punch the ground. He punched the ground so hard that there was a mini earthquake. As Tsunade begged him to calm down, as Jiraiya stepped in front of him and told him that they will get Orochimaru another day. As tears started to leak from Naruto's eyes. All he wanted to do was make Orochimaru pay for what he did to Sarutobi. He wouldn't be living easy or feeling good unless he make him pay. He has to die for what he did to Sarutobi. But Naruto calmed himself for now, seeing that getting all riled up wasn't going to help him. As Tsunade smiled, seeing that he was calmed down, and that fox, even though Naruto told her that the fox was good, she didn't trust it all that way, for it to overtake him or something like that, as she had seen the chakra cloak, but it receded back into his body. Meanwhile, a distance away, both Orochimaru and Kabuto was passed out, but before Orochimaru passed out, he told them to get them back to the base immediately. As Teiwaya, Jirobo, Seikon and Ukon, and Kidamaru were looking down at the 2 of them. It seems like that kid is really strong, said Jirobo. Shut the hell up, fat pig, said Teiwaya. It doesn't matter how strong he is. Once Lord Orochimaru is back to full health, we will tear him to pieces. I told you to watch your language, said Jirobo. Huh? Are you my father or something, she asks. And why should I listen to you? Screw you! As Jirobo just sighed and lowered his head. You really need to learn some manners, he said. And you really need to shut your fat mouth. Alright, enough, said Seikon. Our opportunity is to get Lord Orochimaru back to the base. I don't see what's so strong about that kid. I planted 2 arrows in his stomach. He wasn't even fast enough to catch them. When I see him next time, I'm gonna make sure to give Lord Orochimaru a gift by killing him. Huh, really think you're that strong, spider freak, said Teiwaya. You know, you're really getting on my nerve with your insult, said Kidamaru. Insults? What are you talking about? As the 3 of them looked at her and sweat dropped. She just normally talked this way, so when she talked, she doesn't feel like she's insulting them or anything. Well, let's just get this mission complete, said Seikon, as they headed off on the snake. Time skip, the next day. What? Said Tsunade, as she and Jiraiya was currently looking at a note. What? He's gone where? She said, as the note read. Hey, it's me, Naruto. Sorry. I know this is gonna be dangerous, but I have to do it. You see, she kind of risked her own life to make sure I didn't get captured in the exam. Her name is Yujito and she's from the cloud. And now they're threatening to remove the Nibi from her. And when they do, she will die. But seeing that she risked her life to save mines, yeah, I'm not gonna allow her to die. So I'm gonna infiltrate Kumo, and I'm gonna rescue her. And then I'm gonna bring her back to Konoha. I know this is gonna be difficult since she's a Jinchuriki from another village. And yeah, this is gonna probably cause war. But remember, Kumo attacked me in the Chunin exams. They tried to steal the Jinchuriki, the 9 tails. That's me. But because we had no Hokage, we couldn't retaliate against them. But since that you're here now, Tsunade, we can go up against them. Remember, Konoha is still the greatest nation. And also, this is gonna be your first war as a Hokage, Naruto said. As the note ended, this kid can't be serious, said Tsunade, as she looked at Jiraiya. I'm afraid he is, said Jiraiya. Do you really think that kid can go and take on Kumo himself and come back alive? Well, he is strong, but not the entire force of Kumo. But we have to think about this in a rush way. When Naruto do this, he's fast, I have to tell you that. He will get to Kumo pretty fast. If I head out now, I won't be able to catch him. But if he does do this, bad things are gonna happen. They're gonna want to retaliate. And seeing that there was no weakness behind saying that, they exactly came after Naruto in Chunin exams, but except for Naruto and Eva, but it's their words against his. This is going to start a war for us taking their two tails. Yeah, I know, said Tsunade. What are we going to do? Well, you're the Hokage, he said. As she growled at him. Just kidding, he said. What's all the ruckus? Asked Shizune as she entered the room. Well, as Tsunade gave her the note as she read the note. What? Is he stupid or something? She said. I'm afraid he is, said Tsunade. When I see him, I'm going to beat him into next week, she said. Shizune turned the note around as she noticed something. Hey, did you guys see the back? The back? As the both of them turned and looked at her, they were so angry by the note they weren't even focusing on the back. Oh, P.S. I'm going to do my best to sneak in. It's not like I'm gonna display that she's been taken by Konoha. So it's gonna be a secret, okay? So don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. When I get back you can curse at me, Tsunade. But for now, I'm already gone, so yeah. It's not like you can, he said. As the note ended. As Tsunade clenched her fists. That stupid brat, she said. Meanwhile, Naruto was dashing as he was running on top of water, moving as fast as he could, as a cloak was around him, making him extremely fast. He has no limit like any normal human, so he can keep running for days upon days upon days. As Naruto was dashing as fast as he could, already knowing the location of Kumo in the Lightning Country in the far mountains. But he already knew how he's gonna get her and get out of here, as he wouldn't broadcast that it was Konoha who was taking her. Seeing that the Fox chakra is more dense than any normal human chakra, he have a good idea what to do. Time skip. Some hours later, Naruto finally arrived to his destination as he stopped a distance away. As he slammed his hand together and there was a poof. When the smoke cleared, Naruto was no longer there. Instead of him, it was Orochimaru. That was Naruto's big secret plan, to put more heat on Orochimaru, to make him messed up and do stupid things if the other villagers are after him. Then it might be easier for them to find him. He would probably mess up and do crap and they give away his location. So this was the best thing to do, as he was standing on a mountain top, as he could look straight down at Kumo. The village was heavily guarded. From he released his senses, ninjas were everywhere. So to sneak in, he thought. As he created a clone, the clone then transformed into a cloak. As he put on the cloak, as he headed down, there was 4 guards at the gates, but other than that, no other guards were nearby. And seeing that it was so late, it seems no one was here right now. These were just the night patrol. As a smile came to Naruto's face, he then walked up to the guards. Hold, one of them said. Who are you? As Naruto stepped forward, as he removed the hood, their eyes went wide, seeing the S-rank missing in Orochimaru. Orochimaru, one of them said, as he quickly pulled his kunai and rushed forward. Orochimaru launched forward as he grabbed the man's neck and slammed him into the wall, knocking him out by hitting his head hard, as he then moved with incredible speed and knocked out the others, leaving one awake. As the man backed up to the wall as Orochimaru sent, he directly after him, not enough to sense through the old village. Let me tell you why I'm here, he said. I failed to destroy Konoha. I had the one tails but it was too weak, so I decided to come for your other tail beasts, and then I'll use them to destroy Konoha. As he dashed forward and grabbed the man's hand and chopped him in the back of the neck, knocking him out cold, as he then vanished. Naruto then contacted the Kyuubi once he was deep in an alley in the village, as he realized ninja was everywhere and he had no idea where she was. He could not sense her or sense a Nebe, seeing that they cut off all of that chakra flow. Kurama, could you do something? Naruto said. What is it? Kurama asked. Well, I want you to, I don't know how you did it, but contact back with the Nebe. And can you ask her where exactly she is? She must have known where they were taken. Kurama growled. Fine, he said. Hey, why are you so angry? Said Naruto. You're the one who told me to help her. You wake me up from my nap, Kurama said. Lazy fox, Naruto muttered. What? Said Kurama. Oh, nothing, said Naruto. Kurama then contacted Inoue, as she was surprised. The range feels so close. Kurama? Where are you? She asks. The kid is in the village. He's gonna rescue that Jinchuriki of yours. But the thing is, he has no idea where she is. She is underground, the interrogation department. There is an underground cell under that. And she's in a specific cell, all by herself, a block to herself. It's called the Envoy Depot, where they treat criminals who do treason and something like that. But it's heavily guarded. Don't worry, the kids got this, said Kurama. As Kurama then relayed the information back to Naruto after cutting the link. As Naruto smirked hearing that. As he summoned 5 clones. As all of them took the appearance of Orochimaru. Distraction, he said. Meanwhile, at the Raikage's tower, the Raikage just got the report that someone infiltrated the village. There is a barrier on the entire village. The Raikage quickly got up, but before he could say anything else, 5 explosions went off at the same time. What the hell? He said. As Darui and C came into the room. As he turned and looked at them. Do you guys know what the hell is going on? No, boss, said Darui. 5 explosions went off. All of the active ninjas are out there now investigating. Who would be brave enough to come to my village and attack it, the Raikage said, as he looked through his window. Meanwhile, Yujito was in her cell, as she felt the ground tremble under her. It seems like something went off in the village. She didn't know what it was. She then heard a scream, as she then heard something smash. Hey, what are you doing here? Said a voice, as she heard a kunai tear through flesh. As she heard things getting broken down, there was a giant wooden door that blocked off her part of the cell from anyone else. As a body was sent flying through it, as she saw the ninja on the ground, the kunai in his chest. As Orochimaru walked in, she narrowed her eyes. Orochimaru? One of the legendary Sannin, she said. As Orochimaru stopped right at the bars, didn't say anything to her. What the hell do you want? What are you doing here? She asked. Her eyes then went wide, as she knew that Orochimaru was the one who attacked Konoha and used the One Tails. You want the Nebe, she said. How did he get in here? She wondered. How did anyone stop him? There was so much guards out there. Wait, she didn't remember the tremors. He probably used a distraction, and most of the guards went to investigate. And now there was a few left. He took care of them and now come for me, and I'm unable to do anything in the state I am, she said. As he broke the lock and stepped inside, he gave her a sweet smile as she glared at him. Oh, come on, don't look at me that way, he said, as he went over and removed the chains on her hands as she narrowed her eyes at him. As he was removing the chains, don't do anything stupid, he said. As he removed the first chain, she brought up her hand to punch him in the face, but he grabbed her wrist. I told you, don't do anything stupid. I don't want you to freak out. I know that you're loyal to your village, but I can't have that now. So yeah, I'll tell you everything when you wake up back. Wake up back, she said, as he chopped her in the back of the neck, as she passed out. As he threw her over his shoulder, he then placed his hand on the wall as he turned into the level 2 chakra form. As he destroyed a path right through it, the moment he came there, he was surrounded as 10 Envoys were there, and someone landed with a boom. It was the Raikage. So they figured out where the real threat was, Naruto thought to himself, as he still had Yujito over his shoulder. Orochimaru. Well, I am surprised, said the Raikage. I never thought you would be bold enough to come here and try to kidnap one of my tailed beasts. Tailed beasts? Yes, said Orochimaru. I'm here to capture your tailed beasts. Since that mine failed against Konoha, I think I can go for an upgrade. Why take one when you can go for 2? As the Raikage cracked his knuckles. Really dumb move. Come into my village and think you can just leave like that. You're really stupid. I thought you were supposed to be a smart Sannin. Orochimaru smirked as he jumped back. As he ran up the stairs, the Raikage didn't take stairs, he teared through the wall as Orochimaru appeared back on the main floor. As the Raikage teared through the ground, as he was coming after him, the other ninjas were hot on his tail. As he made it back up to the surface, he then stopped. As he raised his hand I would think carefully of what you're doing before you attack me. And why is that, said Raikage as lightning was cackling around him. Well, you're the fastest one here. So, either come after me or save your village. As he then noticed one of Orochimaru's clone, he was standing on one of the tallest buildings in Kumo, as he had paper bombs strapped all around him, as he smirked as he jumped off the building. The Raikage narrowed his eyes at Orochimaru, as he then looked at his village. If that went off right in the center of the village, it will kill a lot of people, as none of the ninjas were fast enough to get to him. As the Raikage narrowed his eyes, Anvu, don't let him escape, he said, as the Raikage went up to 100%, as he moved with incredible speed. His body was coated in lightning, as he dashed, stepping on buildings, dashing through the air. He quickly smashed right into the Orochimaru's clone and pushed it back straight up in the air. As the Raikage condensed his lightning around him to create a lightning shield, as the clone went off, boom, creating a huge explosion in the sky. Meanwhile, with the Anvus, stupid Anvus, said Orochimaru, as he jumped back down to the lower floor. As all of them rushed inside when they came, he was gone. Damn it, they cursed as he looked around. Meanwhile, with the Raikage, he had a few scratches and cuts over him, but nothing too serious. As he clenched his fist as tight as he could, suddenly 4 Orochimarus appeared around him. Sorry, but I'm already gone, the real one that is, one of them said. You know, this is very stupid of you, said the Raikage. You just seal your fate, because now the entire Kumo forces will be after you. Not only will Konoha, and your demise will come soon. Yeah, screw you too, said Orochimaru, as a tick mark came in the Raikage's head, as he launched forward, but all of them vanished in a poof. Meanwhile, a distance out of the village, Orochimaru was running, Yujito still on his shoulder, as he was moving at top speed same way. Once he was far enough and knew that the scouts weren't behind him, he poofed back into Naruto, as he let out a breath. Finally, that is over. For a second there, when he arrived, I thought I would have been caught. But it's good that I escaped, he said as he looked at his shoulder. Well, can't afford to stay here. He then placed her on the ground. As he looked at the seal on her stomach, he then quickly removed it as he burned it away. He then placed his hand on her stomach. I don't know if this will work or not, but can you hear me? Naruto said. Yes, how are you doing that? Inibe said. Well, you see, you kinda link with Kurama when you guys talk, so me and him are linked by bonding together, so I don't really know, but I can now contact with you, as long as I'm touching her. But I'm just telling you, I'm gonna bring her back to Konoha. Trust me, the new Hokage will be cool with it, I think. I disguised myself as Orochimaru, so the Raikage has no clue. The reason I'm talking to you because I need you to talk to Yujito when she wakes up. I don't know if she's still loyal to Kumo. Even after talks of execution, some people are still loyal to their village. And I don't want her to do something rash or stupid and make war happen between the two villages. Yujito has had a bad life growing up. She's not as loyal as you think. Why do you think she risked it all just to save you? Yeah, I want to talk to you about that as well. Kurama told me that you told him that she liked me, said Naruto. Well, that's not my secret to tell, said Inibe. Now, get her out of here before you guys get caught. Sure thing, said Naruto, as he then placed her back on his shoulder, as he pushed a great portion of Kurama's chakra to his feet, as he moved with brilliant speed, dashing on top of the water, as he quickly got far away from Kumo as soon as possible. Time skip. The next day, Yujito slowly moved in her sleep, as she slowly opened her eyes. She looked up and saw she was looking at a cave. Beside of her, there was heat, flames. As she opened her eyes fully as she looked around. Where am I? She said as she looked around. Her eyes then snapped open as she remembered what happened Orochimaru taking her. As she looked at her hands and then looked down, realizing that she wasn't bind to anything. As she quickly jumped up. Sorry that you took so long to wake up. I had to keep you sleeping so we can get out of there faster, he said, as she quickly recognized the voice. How? As she was now staring at Naruto. How? She asked again. How did I get you out of there? Well, quite simple, you see. I transformed into Orochimaru. The difficult part was getting into the village and getting past all of those ninja. But it worked, said Naruto. Why? She asked him. Why did I save you? Well, Naruto scratched the back of his head. I wasn't in my right mind the last time I fought. And I'm sorry if I had hurt you. But I got the information clear. You could have placed that tag on me, and they would have taken me back to Kumo. But I doubt that Raikage could get past Eva that easily, Naruto thought to himself. As he then looked back at Yujito. I wasn't about to allow you to die. I heard what you did for me, so I wouldn't allow you to just die like that. So don't really think much of it, he said. I'm just happy to help. As she looked down. You shouldn't have saved me, she said. And why shouldn't I, Naruto asked. Because, now that you saved me, well, I'm a missing nin. I can't go back home. Ninjas will be searching for me. But it's not like I could go back home in the first place. If I had stayed, I would have died, she said. Ironic, I know. But what life do I have now? It's better off if you had leave me to die. Naruto placed a hand on her shoulder. No, it's not, he said. You see, they don't know that it was me who took you from the village. So, they won't be coming to Konoha looking for you. And you can stay at Konoha with me. Huh. Do you really think that your Hokage would allow that? Well, I mean, I'm sorry, she said, as she remembered that the Hokage was dead. As she hadn't got any new information about any new Hokage, so she wouldn't know. Well, do you really think the people of your village would allow that? I'm dead anyway, so it doesn't matter, she said to him. Well, that's the thing. Konoha is getting a new Hokage, and we're friends. And I already informed her that I'm about to do this, and she gave me her 100% support. So, you staying at Konoha isn't a big deal. So you should be happy. You get a new life in a new village. And by the way, I'm gonna be there as your first friend, so you don't have to be lonely, Naruto said. And soon enough, you'll be living at Konoha and be happy there. As she looked at him. Are you serious? She asked. Why would I be joking? Said Naruto. Well, it's strange. I always thought that I would live in Kumo, but I guess not. Yeah, well, change is good, said Naruto. And it's really good in this option, seeing that they would have killed you if I didn't save you. That Raikage is a really hot-headed idiot. Just because of one mistake. Well, that one mistake saved my life, said Naruto. Well, extracting the 9 tails from me wouldn't have killed me, he thought, but I can't let her know that for now. Well, like how you're up, I'm gonna be taking you back to Konoha now. Where exactly are we? We're at the border of Land of Frost. How? She said. You rescued me yesterday, right? The night. It was late in the night. Yeah, said Naruto. So how did you reach out here so quick? Can you fly? She asked him. Well, yeah, said Naruto. Really? She then thought about it. As she remembered, he grew wings out of his back when he was fighting off against them in that dome. So did you fly us here? No, I didn't, said Naruto. Dumbass, said Kurama. I still got here fast enough, said Naruto out loud. Even though I forgot that I could fly. But that would have wasted more... No, it wouldn't have wasted nothing, said Kurama. You're just a dumbass. I'll be quiet, furball. Call me that again, and I'll tear you to pieces. Yeah, and how are you going to do that? Are you going to come out here and do it? And the next time I see Eva, I'm going to tell her that you called me a dumbass. And what is that little wench going to do to me, said Kurama. I'm going to bring her to the mindscape. I'm going to draw away your power and let her have her fun. If you do that, I won't give you my power anymore, said Naruto. Well, if you allow me to die, then you will go with me as well. Seeing that the both of us are bonded, I am sure that you don't want to die either. As Kurama simply went silent. Are you talking to the 9 tails? Asked Yujito. Yeah, said Naruto. Huh. The both of you are that close? Yeah, even though we argue at times. He is a best friend of mine, said Naruto. As the nine-tailed huff, best friend. More like colleagues. Huh? You're hurting my feelings, said Naruto. Aren't we best friends? No, said Kurama. As Naruto pouted. Hey, you didn't tell me. How did you get here so quickly? Asked Yujito. Because you said you didn't fly. Well, I ran here. You gotta be kidding me, she said. There's no way you can run from the lightning country to the land of frost border in a couple of hours. There's no way possible. Well, I did, said Naruto. I'm pretty fast. That is why I had to keep you knocked out. Seeing that if you were running beside me, it will take a long time. But me running on 100%? Yeah, I'm fast, Naruto said. I still don't believe it, she said. Well, when we're getting back to Konoha, you will see. She then noticed something. She was out of a straitjacket. As Naruto saw a look on her face. Hey, what's wrong? He asked. Well, did you take me out of a straitjacket? She asked him. Well, yeah, said Naruto. You didn't want your arms to be free? Well, you went through my clothes and I was unconscious. What do you think I'm thinking? As Naruto narrowed his eyes. Oh no, I didn't do anything wrong, he said. As a smirk then came on his face. But if I did, you wouldn't know. As she growled at him. You're kidding, right? As he chuckled darkly. I'm going to ask you again, you're kidding, right? As he just chuckled. Meanwhile, at Konoha, a furious Sasuke was destroying things in his apartment. As he was beyond angry. 2 times now Naruto has knocked him out. He wanted to fight Itachi, but Naruto knocked him out. And he wake up back at Konoha. And also in the forest when he was about to fight off against Gaara, he knocked him out like he was stronger than him by far. Like he was weak and worthless. Like he couldn't protect and defend himself. As Sasuke smashed the lamp in his apartment. As he was cursing, this village is offering me nothing. If I stay here, I'm gonna become even weaker. And I won't get my revenge on him, he cursed. As he kicked over the decks. And that arrogant bastard, always proving that he's stronger than me. Well, I'll show him. I'll get far stronger than him and show him that he's no match for me, said Sasuke as he clenched his fists. Meanwhile, with Yujito couldn't believe it as she was on Naruto's back. She hesitated to go on his back for a few times, but she eventually did. As he was moving so fast even when he was carrying her. As Naruto then noticed something. It was Jiraiya, Shizune, and Tsunade. They were running towards him. As Naruto stopped as he let down Yujito. As Naruto saw Tsunade, as he smiled as she was running towards him. As he held out his hand thinking that she was about to hug him. He didn't know why, but he did. But he then noticed her hands glowing with chakra. As she charged up her fist to 100%. Since she knew that it wouldn't kill him. As Naruto noticed her hands was pulsating with chakra. Hey, what's going on? Yujito noticed that she backed away from Naruto. Naruto! Tsunade screamed. Well, I'm dead, he said. You can't die, said Kurama. Well, she's gonna try. But guys, in the end episode right here, if you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn that bell notification to stay posted. Remember to share to all your friends in your social media platform, and stay in tune for the rest of the ones coming your way. And I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. But for now guys, I'm out of here. Peace.